fighter has the highest fight IQ?
I don't think there's nobody in the game that has the fight IQ that I have.
Off the charts.
His fucking IQ
The
is
highest
insane.
fight IQ maybe ever.
This guy hits hard. He's tough. He's this, he's that. And this guy has a dream. But my fight IQ will win this fight.
Welcome to the Fight IQ podcast. Today we're going to be bringing you just a quick fight update. We had a couple fights announced recently. We want to talk about a couple of these because they're pretty important for their divisions, and I think they're going to be a lot of fun. First two of these fights were going to be the headlining fights for UFC 311. That's going to be in Los Angeles on January 18th. The headlining fight for this is going to be Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Big fight. Very fun fight. A rematch. Hopefully one where we see a better version of each of these fighters.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they compare, who's improved more. In my opinion, Islam has come leaps and bounds from where he was in that first Arman fight. His striking has gotten so much better. He's very confident standing with the best strikers in his division, and he fought Volkanovski when he was undefeated as well and finished him. So Islam has gotten a lot better in the striking. I don't think Arman has very much. It's going to be really interesting to see how much their grappling nullifies each other, because the first fight was a very entertaining fight to watch.
Yeah, it was. And, they both share an opponent in Do Bronx, and both of them were able to deal with that threat. But I think Islam also managed that one a little bit better as well. That fight was pretty close with Arman. I think it could have gone either way. Mm-hmm. But it'll be interesting to see how they match up now.
Yeah, even Islam, he marched Du Bronx down. He knocked him down on the feet before getting the arm triangle. So, yeah, man, I think Islam has done so much work with his striking, and that grappling is just always going to be there. So, it's hard to see Islam losing to really anybody right now. But Arman is going to come in game as hell. He's known for his grappling, and their first fight had some of the most exciting scrambles you can see in an MMA fight. So I hope we see more of that, and I think a lot of it is going to be kind of decided by how well Arman does against Islam on the feet.
For sure. The next fight we're going to be talking about here is going to be the co-main on that same card. It is going to be a bantamweight, the champ Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Not as fun of a fight. Not as fun.
Yeah, I'm really stoked that we're just getting this one over with, honestly.
Yeah.
These are two notoriously boring fighters to watch. I particularly don't really think Umar had earned a title shot. I think, Figueiredo definitely had a lot more. He had a whole title reign, and then he fought three contenders on the way up and still didn't get a title shot. And then Umar kind of just beat Corey Sandhagen in a lukewarm decision, and then, now he's fighting for the title. So that's kind of annoying. But at the same time, I'm just happy that these two fighters are going to just fight each other, and one of them has to lose, and we can start getting on with some other matchups. I still feel like regardless what happens, who wins this fight, the division's probably going to be boring for a little while.
Yeah, we're at a weird point right now where a lot of the people that are in the top half of that division are either out of the division right now, like Sean O'Malley, who's coming off of a hip surgery and is probably planning to make a comeback somewhere in the middle of next year to maybe even spring. And then you have guys that have just fought. Peter Yan, now being in that number one contender position, isn't going to turn around and have a fight for, 4 weeks. He's going to have a full 12-week camp most likely, so he's going to be pushed out into next year anyway. So it is one of those placeholders where it's like, Umar's the next guy. He's ready. Merab's ready. Let's do it. And then we can see what happens with the division after that.
Yeah, I feel like bantamweight's really going to start cooking late 2025 when people like Peyton Talbot have made their way to the closer up to the top of the rankings, and they're starting to get those people that just kind of ranking camp out there. Like, we're going to start getting Rob Font out of there. We're going to start getting Dan Ige out of there, But or no, I'm sorry, not Dan Ige. He's featherweight, but anyways,
I got you.
Yeah, we're gonna start getting these people that are just like notorious for just chilling out in the middle of bantamweight out of there. Dominic Cruz, these fighters that are just holding spots, and I'm excited to see them get out of there.
I can't blame you. I think there's going to be some good fights, but we're going to have to wait for them.
Mm-hmm.
Next fight coming down is going to be one you were telling me about, the return of the Fight Nerds coming February 22nd.
Heck yeah, man. John Silva versus Bagdasaryan. I'm stoked about this one. It's always good when John Silva fights. I'm very excited for his future matchups. If he wins this one, I want to see him fight Barboza sometime soon. Him versus Yair would be crazy. These are all, matchups that I just want to see John Silva in at featherweight. And he moves up to lightweight too. So I think it kind of sucks that, Chrome Gracie gets a ranked opponent right now. And, somebody that moved up and beat the shit out of Drew Dober doesn't, get anywhere near a ranking, shot right now. That kind of sucks. But we're going to see what John Silva can do in this situation. And Bagdasaryan is a pretty game opponent as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good opportunity to see what John Silva looks like officially in featherweight in the UFC. Having seen him at lightweight and then prior fights being at featherweight, it'll be interesting to see how he does there, and to be able to see a guy go up and do what he did to do Drew Dober at lightweight is really impressive. And hopefully some of that skill and that power comes down with him into featherweight too.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. The last fight that I wanted to talk about on here is going to be coming up February 15th, the week before that. Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop.
Heck yeah.
Fun fight. Little out of left field, but I like it.
Yeah, hopefully this is a fight where Jared Cannonier can recapture some of that momentum he had before all of these losses. He's been getting stopped quite a bit. He's at the later end of his career. He's pretty old. And RoboCop has just been in exciting performance after exciting performance. And they're both the same fighter where they just march you down and hit you with very big shots. Everything they do is going to hurt you. And they can walk through, some heavy punishment before eventually cracking. Jared Cannonier has been getting finished a lot lately, so it'll be interesting to see if his durability can withstand RoboCop's power, but we won't know until they fight.
Yeah, maybe giving us shades of a Paulo Costa versus Yoel fight.
Yeah, it could be that crazy.
It could be that crazy. I don't know that those guys can take that kind of punishment. I think one of them will probably crack before they get to that point, but who knows? I think either way, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, Jared Cannonier always fades late, too. If you noticed in all of his stoppage losses recently, it's always in the final rounds. So I think if RoboCop is able to take him into rounds 4 and 5 and is able to keep that knockout power and, keep a good amount of energy on him, then he could be able to find the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those are the exciting fights that we have coming up here. Wanted to hit you with that little update. Please let us know down below if there are any fights that you guys are looking forward to, if any of these stand out as kind of the big matchup for the beginning of the year. I think there's a lot of cool opportunities coming off of these fights, and it'll be fun to see them play out. Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas are fighting soon as well.
Heck yeah, that's going to be a lame fight. All right, catch you later.
All right.